Yeah, with my browser, uh, the browser's kind of messed up because uh, it doesn't pick up your other audio sources. So that's where Zombie Shepherd was saying. Okay, yeah, like I was saying, that's where Zombie Shepherd. That's what he was saying with the black magic. Is black magic is able to kind of bridge that gap there and actually reroute that through wherever you want it to go. I think Loopback does something similar. I see Zanzi in here, Light Piglet. How you guys just doing this morning? Eh, nah, I'm going back to the OG way of doing things here, and I'm gonna try and figure it out for next week and make sure that we have that. I think. Are you a front end developer? Your learning curve just got a whole lot, easier, I think. And speaking to all the coders and the front end developers too, I've been playing around with a lot of AI tools the last 2, 3 weeks, and some of the landing page builders are actually getting pretty good, like no code solutions. But I mean, that's not to say that's not a useful skill. Still, I think people like yourself could probably even use those tools knowing the underlying mechanics of what you're doing, and you're going to be able to generate prompts to tell this thing to build what you need. I mean, even if you understand a little bit of React, it might be enough to actually get you there all the way now if you're using Copilot. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. Oh, dude, even learning musical instruments. Like, I don't know if you're watching the stream right now, but I bought this thing. It's an FM drum synthesizer, and it's quite complex actually. There's a lot of moving parts on this thing. But yesterday I was using ChatGPT, and I'm like, yo, make me a guide for this thing. Like, make me a cheat sheet for the Model Cycles drum machine, and it wrote me up a whole like cheat sheet guide for this musical instrument. It was like, here you go. And I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. This would have taken me like 3 hours to write. It was amazing. It's just a really amazing tool. And I'll say for you guys in here, we got big news. I was working all day yesterday well, I was messing around with this, but I also developed the Chat GPT GMI Oracle. So it's a GPT powered Discord bot, but it's basically I'm trying to train it. I was feeding it data sets, but I'm trying to train it to be very creative, and so I want it to be like a creative co-pilot that hangs out in the GMI Discord. And you can like talk to it if you have an idea, it's gonna help you like get your idea to where it needs to be. To get if you have concept, or you just want to bounce some ideas around this bot, that's what it's going to be used for. So that's the GMI Oracle, and I'm trying to get it hooked up today if I can get the proper permissions for that. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it. I've played with other chatbots, and like I'm again like you, I'm like shocked at how intelligent these things actually are. They can do a lot more than they're almost at that point where I don't know if it's like surpassed humans yet, maybe in certain aspects, but we're almost at the point where we're reaching the singularity. Singularity. Like maybe that's GPT 7. Maybe that's GPT 7 or 8. That's not that far away. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I was talking to Zombie Shepherd about this because Zombie Shepherd's one of the, you know, frequent Aavegotchi music producers. And talking to him about maybe trying to get a group together of musically inclined people within our local group and just like jamming out or like just sharing knowledge, just like an Aavegotchi musicians group or something, I think it could be interesting. Um, like you said, especially with AI tools and stuff, the bar is like really low for somebody who just wants to try things out and experiment a little bit. That deal, GM. Sorry. What were you gonna say? Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, but honestly, like spending a couple hours on YouTube goes a long way. There's so many like great tutorials out there. Now you know, like the learning curve for a lot of these things has come down. I don't think AI is going to help you with learning drums, but maybe someday. We always need more cowbell, isn't that the thing? Yeah. Oh yeah. I love Futurama, man. It's one of my favorites for sure. But I mean, going back to the cowbell, I'm just gonna loop back to that. What about making like a sentient cowbell? That would be kind of cool, actually, because it would automatically like quantize the beat. Like whatever beat you're trying to lay down, it would like pick up on that, and it would just like try and get in where it fits in. Sentient cowbell. Remember that one, somebody. But yeah, it's been a journey. It's been good, kind of messing around with this new synthesizer toy. I still haven't touched the other one yet. I have a sampler, like a sample machine as well, so you can take you can take anything, like literally anything, any noise, any music track, You can chop it up into little pieces, and then you can start messing around with the little pieces. So that's going to be interesting. That's a whole another different workflow. But uh, messing around with this FM synthesizer is kind of cool because the screen is so tiny, it doesn't give you very much feedback on like what you're doing. It's all like you're just like listening to shit. Kind of like No Futuristic and I, we were talking about this on Block Party. Uh, you're kind of just like you don't even know what all these buttons do, right? But after using them for a little while, you know what each one's supposed to do without actually knowing the underlying like music theory underneath that. So it's been cool. So what do we have? What do we have planned for today? Do we have any big plans? Individually, or is there somewhere we should be in the metaverse today? What's going on? What's going on today? I saw Avagachi was in a space here earlier on Twitter. We can't. We might be able to join that after this, maybe. But I don't know. Like, is there anything else going on right now? Wow, that's that's a lot to look forward to there. Actually, I'm looking forward to the Orium puzzle pack. To be honest, I've been kind of hooked on the Infinity Keys lately. I went and did a couple yesterday. Yeah, I use Circle Boom. I'll show you this one. It's also a Twitter management tool. So this is what they do basically. Um, yeah, I'll send you this. This is the one I use. It's pretty good. I should probably use it more, to be honest. I'm definitely underutilizing it for what I pay for it. But it's like I said, it's a Twitter tool, complete tool. So it just doesn't do analytics. You can also do like a lot of like Twitter management, pre-planning, see who's following you, how many bots are on your account, all that stuff. I don't know if it has that component, that sort of a component. Type fully, okay. Yeah, all my writing, ChatGPT is actually great. Probably will make the switch eventually just to using the original program there. But I've been using this AI powered suite called Write Sonic, and so you can actually write, and it has everything. It's like a paragraph writer, article writers. You can do ad titles. It's just a whole suite of tools, and one of them is Twitter threads. So you can just you literally put an idea in and it'll actually write the whole thread for you without really much more than that. You put a topic, the number of tweets, the tone of voice, the language, and then you generate it, and it'll give you like 5 outputs. You just pick the best one. So it's really cool. Mhm. Hmm. Yeah, I like this high agency. I'm going to dig into this thread. I have it up on the stream right now. How to spot high agency. So to spot high agency people. Okay, this is cool. Oh yeah, no, I like this. Swimming against the social tide. Yeah, this is cool, man. I mean, this actually goes back to a conversation we had around specialists versus generalists. I think what we're going to see is, just like during the Industrial Revolution, where a lot of farmers' talents were not useful in the city, we're going to see a lot of specialist skills not really being useful anymore because AI is taking over all the specialist stuff. And so you're going to have to adapt and be a generalist to some degree, and think broadly across many different skill sets and see how you can use those skills together to create something that hasn't been created yet. uh, Whereas the specialist is not going to know what to do when they only know how to do one thing, like um, you know if I could give an example, let's say graphic design. A graphic designer, he's been doing it for 20 years, he's the best in his league, and then AI comes along and just wipes him out overnight. Can do exactly what he does, but in like a fraction of a minute. And so those are the people that I think are going to have to adapt and start looking elsewhere, finding other skill sets and broadening their horizons. I think that I don't know if that completely falls under high agency, but it might be something that high agency people take interest in. It's just like a broad range of skill sets because I think it's going to be necessary moving forwards, like to stay relevant. You know what I mean? Oh, totally. I mean, I think consciously choosing not to use AI right now for whatever use cases you have relevant in your life would be kind of a mistake. It's an arms race right now, almost between people, because people who are using AI can do exponentially more um, than than people who are again specialists and focus solely on what they're already doing. There's also this book that I read a while ago talking, it was called The Sovereign Individual. Sovereign Individual by, oh, I can't remember his name. I'll look it up. It's a sovereign individual. And they talk about how, in the future being now, because it was written like a while ago, uh, a single person will be running a whole company. They'll be running the execution, the delivery, the planning, the the marketing, the branding, all of it is going to be done by one person. And that's because things are going to be AI enabled. And I don't think we're that far away of the one person company being a thing where one human is able to have four or five AI co-pilots and some on the ground automated delivery systems and actually make a company for themselves without actually relying on other workers. But then, like you said, Zanzi, you're gonna have a wide skill set. You're gonna have a wide range of skill sets, and you're gonna probably be able to. You're gonna be able to use many different types of AI in different environments. So that's gonna be the skill I think to improve on, in my opinion. Oh man, I've been AI is something I've kind of read about on and off, like growing up and stuff, and It always seemed like this ethereal thing that would never really materialize in my lifetime. But we've seen like a crazy, crazy amount of like accelerated development with AI, even in the last 5 years. I remember listening to the guy who made ChatGPT 3 talking about how it was interesting how you could ask it a question and it would actually give you an answer that made sense, and now we're at GPT 4, and it's like almost sentient, you know, it's a huge leap. They're saying Moore's law is broken because of AI. Like Moore's law is not going to be a thing anymore. It's, but who knows? I don't know. We'll see if it stands the test of time. So we got like 5 minutes here in our morning. Do we have any news for today? Anything that we are, uh, yeah, anything we're doing today that we want to let people know? Yeah, get the thread, bro. Do it. See lead piglets taken. Doing a deep dive. Open Den. Open Eden. First first smart contract T-bills vault managed by a regulated financial institution with a bankruptcy remote structure. Dude, this sounds big brain. Well, I'm gonna be looking forward to your findings, sir. I might have a look at this also. For myself, go. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get the Quest GPT thing installed, but I don't think it's quite ready for public use yet. So we'll have a couple bots here in GMI. We'll have the Quest GPT, we'll have the Spark AI bot, and then we'll also have the GMI Oracle, which will be this fun, quirky bot you can talk to, get ideas from. So it's going to be interesting to see how people use these things in our server, and I'm looking forward to it. For myself, I got a meeting with the founder of Dowlens and also talking to him about the Robin AI tool suite that they are just rolled out recently for DAO management. And so I'm going to try and get that implemented. What's that? Oh yeah, I want to use them as our DAO co-pilot. I do want to use them for it seems like we're so relevant for what they're offering here. I think we would make like full use of their offering, AI offering. Um, yeah, so that'll be an interesting call. That's going to be in half an hour, and so I'll be trying to get that implemented for us. And yeah, otherwise it's going to be a good week. I'm pumped. Oh yeah, one more thing. The distribution for all the ETH Denver fakes. I started sending them out yesterday. But I'm going to be reaching out to some of y'all to make sure I get your ETH addresses so I can get you one as well. And I got a whole list. I think we have to distribute like 40 or 30 cards still. So I'll be doing that today. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, it looks like it's about to pass. Mhm. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, well, what Well, what we could do is tomorrow we'll skip the live stream. We'll do GM with GMI, but it's going to be a distribution party, and so we can distribute all the funds, and then maybe I'll do Alchemica drop or something, and we call it a morning. Oh yeah, right. Okay. Okay. All right. I mean, we could still do that. We could still just do it later. Yeah. I looked at it a couple days ago. It was looking pretty good. So yeah, they'll pass in an hour, and then that way they got at least 24 hours or whatever, or not 24 hours, a little bit less than that, to get their vote in on the main. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It was a journey to get there, though. I mean, I'm glad everything went the way it did. And so, you know, uh, yeah, true. Actually, one side effect I'll say of all these proposals that have been a little bit heavily discussed and contentious among the DAO is it has really fired up the Discord DAO forums. I've seen a huge jump in engagement in terms of like how many how many how long these threads actually are. So that's been an unintended positive side effect is now the DAO Discord. I feel like we're at a point where over the next month we should completely deprecate the old discourse forums. Yeah, exactly. I think Avagachi DAO is the perfect use case for what that tool was intended for. So yeah, I think it was a good idea in hindsight, and we should do that. But that's for another day. I appreciate y'all, everybody coming out here for GM with GMI, hanging out with us. We'll figure out our audio. I'll figure out my audio issues here on my end, and we'll be up and running, folks. It's a steady, get 1% better every day. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us on this call, and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. UTC, and I believe we might have some shows going on today. I think. A to Z is today with Zombie Shepherd, so check that out. We'll see you tomorrow, friends. Peace out.